There is a stillness in the night that carries your name, like a hush wrapped in silk, folded into the fabric of stars, and I feel it every time the wind touches my cheek. You are not a flame that burns, but a glow that stays, warm and constant, as if my heart had always known you were meant to be here. My days begin with your name between my thoughts, tucked beside the morning light, soft and steady. There are things I do not say aloud, the way my soul leans forward when I hear your voice. How your smile leaves echoes on my skin long after you've gone. You never arrive with fanfare, but always with grace, as if the universe arranged itself gently around you. Even in your silences, you speak to me. You unravel the tangled strings of my day with one look, and suddenly I'm home. What strange magic lives in the curve of your shoulder, the hush in your breath, the way you simply exist and make everything softer. If I could give language to the feeling of safety, of yearning, of grace, it would always end with your name. You are not fleeting. You are the pause in forever. Sometimes I think the stars themselves recognize you, bending their light a little more tenderly where you stand, as though trying to reflect the love I carry inside me. And if they could speak, I imagine they would tell me what I already know, that there are few things more infinite than the way my heart turns toward you. Even in crowds, even among voices, I find you, feel you, as if your presence hums in a frequency meant only for me. You are the soft gravity that holds my chaos still. I have watched you from quiet corners, not to possess you, but to learn you, your patience, your strength, the gentleness hidden beneath your gaze. You walk through this world unaware of how many hearts sigh when you pass, and yet mine, the one that knows you most truly, sings in stillness because of you. The world feels quieter when I'm with you, not because it silences, but because it listens. My heart, once wrapped in silver expectation, beats now in warmth, in color, in rhythm that only began when you appeared. You make everything less distant, even time pauses, not with awe, but with affection. You are not the beginning or the end. You are what makes all the in-betweens worth holding on to. There is a language I speak only in your presence, a tongue of glances, of touches that never need permission. I am not royalty when I am near you. I am simply a girl in love. The weight of lineage fades when you look at me as if I am whole, not because of where I come from, but because of who I am. I want to collect all the moments that have your laughter in them, to keep them tucked beneath my pillow, so that even in sleep, I am close to your joy. You do not need a crown to shine. Your light comes from something quieter, deeper, a truth that cannot be taught or inherited. I wonder if you know what you've done to me, how you've softened the sharp edges of my pride, how you've made me brave enough to speak without rehearsing, to cry without shame. In your presence, I do not guard my heart. I open it willingly because you never ask, and that is why I trust you. Love like this does not echo, it saturates, it is not loud, but it is full, and in all its fullness, it is always you. I have written your name in the margins of days I dared not speak it, whispered it into the collar of gowns I wore with grace, but never with fire, until you. What a quiet blaze you lit in me, one that doesn't destroy but warms, one that teaches the air to stay. I do not wish to be worshipped by you, I wish to be known. And somehow you do, in ways no one else has tried to. You see the trembling behind the smile, the weight behind the gesture. You ask nothing of me, and yet I give you all I have because it never feels taken, only held. My hands are steadier when they are reaching for yours. I no longer count hours, I count glances. Shared breaths, moments when the world forgets itself and becomes only you and me. I no longer fear being seen, not when your eyes reflect me with such kindness. In love, I have found not a place to hide, but a place to live. And in you, I have found that love can be quiet and still be everything. It doesn't need to roar, it just needs to stay. And you, how you stay, even the seasons bend to your presence. Summer lingers longer on your skin, as if it too does not want to leave. Winter, in its solemn hush, wraps itself around you more gently, softened by the way you smile at cold mornings. I find you in all things beautiful, in the sigh of evening light, in the hush of candle flame, in the echo of pages turned at midnight. There is nowhere I can look and not find a memory of you waiting to be remembered. You are not a guest in my life, you are its rhythm. And I, a princess born of duty and design, have learned that the heart does not ask permission before it surrenders. You did not conquer me, you didn't have to, you stood still and I came willingly. That is your power, quiet, unwavering, undeniable. There is a sweetness in loving you that I cannot measure. It's in the pauses between our words, in the shared silences that speak louder than declarations. If the world demands I love with restraint, let it. I will love you always in the spaces between rules, where it's real, where it's only ours. Some nights, I imagine telling you all this, not in letters or declarations, but with my eyes, with my nearness. I imagine a world where we are only two souls, no titles, no expectations, just love in its simplest form. But perhaps the ache is part of it too, this longing that doesn't hurt, only hums. This wish that you knew how deeply you are woven into my every tomorrow. If I am quiet beside you, it is not for lack of words. It is because I fear they are too small for what I feel. There is a kind of sacred in the way I love you. It does not need to be seen to be real. You have become the place I go when everything else is too much, the thought I return to when I need peace. Even if this love must wear silence like a gown, it is still love, it is still mine, and it is still softly always you. The world may never hear me say it aloud, but every breath, every quiet smile, every glance when no one is watching, it all says your name. Let no one say I was not brave. To love you in secret is still to love you in truth, and that is the truest kind of courage. Not every love must be declared with banners and songs. Some love lives in the quiet gestures, a glance held a second longer, a brush of fingers beneath a table, a whispered memory folded into laughter. I have dreamed of futures where we are more than possibility, where our days are written side by side, where I no longer have to pretend I don't ache for you. But even now, even here, I would not trade a single heartbeat of what I feel. You have given me something no crown ever could, a sense of self not built on legacy, but on intimacy. You look at me not as the world does, but as I am. I did not know love could be so tender. I did not know I could be, and now I am. Because of you, every vow I could make would only be a shadow of what already lives in me. I do not need to promise forever. I have already begun it. Every time I look at you, what joy, what ache to live in a world where I love you this much, where every sunrise feels like a secret we share, even if from afar. There is a thread that ties us, invisible but felt, as if the universe itself grew tired of waiting and stitched our stories together quietly under the stars. I feel it when I laugh, and you're not there to hear it. I feel it when I write your name in my mind like a prayer, over and over. This love is not born of fairy tales, but of truth. The kind you know without needing to explain. I am not lost in you, I am found. You have not dimmed me, you've made me more. There is a garden in me that blooms only at the thought of you, and in that garden every petal whispers always, not just in this life but in the next. Not just in sight, but in spirit. You are the only answer I've ever needed. If loving you is the one quiet rebellion I carry, then let me carry it with grace. Let them say I ruled with dignity.